Hello, guys, and welcome to another one of my little streams. Um, as you can see, I'm not in front of my computer right now, um, and so I'm testing streaming from my phone because I have only just arrived from visiting my family, so I haven't been able to set up the stream properly for today, but I didn't want to miss it at the same time. Uh, this is actually the second time I'm trying this, but the first time I, by mistake, made it unlisted. So I've been talking here for like 5 minutes waiting for people to connect, and then I realized that they wouldn't. Um, so yeah, I'm doing this today, and I thought maybe this time I could answer your questions rather than just do sort of a Q&A thing. Um, I've just, like I said, I just returned from visiting my family, so the restrictions have lifted somewhat, so I was able to do that and see my grandparents because they already got the vaccine. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. Now the chat's not showing again. What's going on? Hi, hi. So everyone's saying hi. I have a someone. What? Why is the? Why does the chat keep disappearing? There we go. It's more. I want to keep. The chat keeps disappearing on me. That's really stupid. I have a problem with Despecialized on a Blu-ray disc, but when I put it in PS4, it says the disc isn't supported. I have no idea. I don't have a PS4, so uh, I guess check if you burned it correctly. But yeah. Um, uh, yeah. Everyone's saying nice things. Thank you very much. Oh, long time no see. Yeah. Yeah. So in the meantime, before we get any, uh, what is the projector above your head? Super 8. Yeah. Actually, I can show you my co- collection of projectors here. This is a Super 8 projector. I made a couple of videos about it. These also are old Czech Super 8 projectors. These are Super 8 cameras. Um, this one actually is in perfect working order, whereas these two are basically just for display. That one up there is a Super 8 projector that projects from cassettes, but I tried it and it doesn't work. And that is my regular digital projector. Let's see if we have any more questions. Looking more beardly. Yeah, the beard's grown. Uh, but I was finally able to get a haircut, so at least there's that. I have to trim the beard as well. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know if there's any way to keep the chat displayed all the time? Because it keeps disappearing on me. Keep having to tap on the bubble. Have you ever been contacted by directly by anyone from Lucasfilm or Disney? Well, not officially, and not in an official capacity. Anyway, I have been contacted by people who work there, just to thank me for Despecialized. But yep. Are you working on 3.0 of Return of the Jedi as well? I'm not at this point, but I was thinking maybe I could do it concurrently. Now that I've got the large hard drive, there's probably I probably can have enough space to work on it at the same time as Empire, and Jedi probably should be fairly easy. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing Jedi as well. Are you active on Instagram? Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm Better Harmy on Instagram. You can check it's in the description of all my videos. Gotta go. Have a good day. Have a good day too. And some head injury. Yeah. So anyway, in the meantime, let me tell you, this weekend I did this little interview with my grandpa because he always loved telling stories, and he's always loved telling stories. So I wanted to have a record of him telling his stories, and I took I took my entire like YouTube video making equipment, lights and cameras and microphones. Uh, so so that was really fun, and he talked for like an hour. I was afraid he would be like, camera shy, but that didn't happen, so that was really fun. Okay, back to your we've got some questions. Why did you use so many 35 millimeter sources for Empire? The more the merrier, right? Like some scenes are dirtier in one, some are or cleaner, some are cleaner in another. Sometimes you can combine detail from two different sources. So it's better to have more sources than less. Uh, you're right up there with George Lucas, in my opinion. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Although I would not agree that that's true. Uh, Thanks for all your work. Well, thank you. What do you think about Mike Verta? Uh, Mike Verta's an awesome guy. He did help me out with the earlier versions of Despecialized by sending me some materials for like color reference and stuff, and we did talk for a bit. And he's his restoration of Star Wars, I think, is the ultimate one. There's probably never going to be a better one, but he only wants to go the official route for releasing it, and that's his decision. And I think he probably, with all the contacts and stuff that he has, he probably couldn't even do it any other way. But yeah, I think he's an awesome guy. Check out his check out his YouTube channel. He's got some really cool. He had some really cool live stream about his restoration of Star Wars. Hello again, Harmy. Hello, Gunnar. I'm not sure how to read it. Sorry. Winston Smith. Hey, Harmy, just watched A New Hope with the kids for the first time for them. Despecialized 2.7. I'm honored. Although, do check out the 4K 77. I think that's the best version of the original Star Wars out there right now. Love you. You make me smile. Thank you. Decided to watch Star Wars in order of release dates and not start with episode one. What's your take on that? That's an interesting topic. I will definitely talk about that. Start with episode one or with A New Hope. My take is definitely start with A New Hope, but I actually recently tried the Machete order. I'm not sure. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's this. It's going 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. That way you keep most of the surprises in the original trilogy, and you sort of, after you learn the truth about Luke's father. You go back in a flashback to see how uh, Luke's father became Darth Vader, and then you go back to six, which is like the finale of the whole thing. So I recently tried watching it that way with my girlfriend because she's never seen the prequels, and I think it worked really well. Is 4K relevant with these older movies? Well, actually, it's more relevant with some with some movies that were shot like after the year 2000, because those were mastered in 2K digitally, but these films were shot on film, so the original negative does have more resolution than 2K or 1080p. Oh, we have a super chat from Jacob Dreamworks. Thank you very much. 81 should show his revisited fan edits to George Lucas if he likes and approves them, and Eddie will release them on the big screen. The picture and sound will be amazing. That would be great, but I really doubt that's ever going to happen. But yeah, that would be wonderful. I would love to see revisited on the big screen. Are you ever going to despecialize the Phantom Menace? Well, I did have that idea a while ago, but I never got around to it. And, I'm not sure I like that movie enough to put all the work in. But I'm sure someone else is going to do it. And there's actually someone scanning a 35 millimeter print of the Phantom Menace. So then maybe using that, it should be fairly easy because there's only like 2 or 3 shots that were changed. Other than that, most was just adding in. So it should be, with a 35 millimeter source, it should be relatively easy to despecialize Phantom Menace very quickly. Did you ever see details of his work? I assume you're talking about Mike Verda. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, as much as anyone who followed him on his old website, and yeah, and he's shown some stuff on in his streams that I mentioned as well. Uh, Pretty amazing stuff, but also also pretty hard to do that kind of thing. But I think Team Negative One with more sources and stuff, they will probably get pretty close eventually. If you have had to pick a different franchise to work on, which one would it be? I don't know. I don't think that there's any like big franchise that is in the same kind of situation. The most big franchises that did have some sort of director's cut or something have the original version released as well. So there's maybe Blade Runner, because it's I've always given Blade Runner as the perfect example of how it should be done, but in 4K we only got the final cut. So I think Blade Runner could be made in 4K using the 1080p discs for just the shots that were changed in the final cut, and make a 4K version of the original, well, of the old cut, the studio cut. And actually, I personally, and I can totally see how objectively the final cut is better, but personally, I actually prefer the old cut with the happy ending and everything, and the narration. I actually love the narration. I know it's not very well done, but I think it fits the movie really well, the sort of film noir atmosphere. So I really like the old version. Please say Twilight. Oh, no, Twilight is definitely not the franchise I would like to be working on. Um, is there a 5.1 surround sound audio track for the unaltered Star Wars trilogy? Well, there is and there isn't. Like there was a sort of 4.2 soundtrack magnetic on the 70 millimeter prints for Star Wars. So that existed, and there is a fan recreation of it that is in 5.1 because that's the closest like regular format, a home video sound format that we can get to the original sort of uh, tracks. So yeah, there's on Despecialized, there is Harry Hen's 5.1 track, which is a recreation of the original 4.2 surround sound from the 70 millimeter film. Who needs Lucasfilm to release the originals? We have them. Harmy gave them to us. Eternal respect. And thanks again. Well, thank you for saying that, but actually, uh, I really think that a proper release could be amazing. I'm not sure I trust Disney to do it well, but if they did, it would be amazing because if you could go back to the original negative or like interpositives and those sources, I think they could a really amazing restoration could be done. Or they could release Mike Verda's version, which he offered to them, uh, and that would be just amazing. So an official release would be wonderful, and I would be first in line to buy it. Are you planning on respecializing Empire and Jedi? Well, maybe one day, but it's definitely very low on the priority list. Will you upload the interview with your grandpa? They do tell the best stories. Well, it's all in Czech, so I would have to subtitle it, and I don't want to do it without his permission anyway, and I don't think uh, he'd agree to that. Are you looking forward to the upcoming Ahsoka TV show? Not really. Uh, no. I actually this is the first time I'm hearing about it. So yeah. Did you finish watching The Mandalorian? Yes, I did. I think I actually put out a review on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. Uh, I want to thank you for your work. I love the specialized versions of the original trilogy. My nephews have watched uh, those with me recently. Thank you very much. I'm always happy to hear that people are getting to see the original thanks to my efforts. Although, again, I will say that right now I would actually recommend watching the 4K 77 version if you can find it. Um, can you do a video on your Laserdisc collection? Yeah, that's in the works. I haven't had time to because I want to do it properly, so I'm writing a script and stuff. So, but I'm definitely gonna do it. A video about my Laserdisc collection. Um, I can actually quickly show it to you here. Hang on. Oh, turn on the light there. It's actually a very small collection. I actually recently got this one, which is awesome. And actually, the quality, the video quality varies very much on Laserdiscs, and this one's actually very good. I would totally believe it was a DVD if someone showed it to me. Then I also got Raiders and Last Crusade, and funnily enough, these are soundtracks, and that I have the Temple of Doom. So, so basically, I have the whole trilogy like this, but one of them is a vinyl soundtrack, and the other two are laser discs. Well, I'm not gonna show you everything because I don't want to spoil the video. But yeah, that's all of my laser discs, with the exception of my Star Wars laser discs, which are actually displayed here. Which right now I actually spoiled another video that I'm working on, but I think that's okay. Okay, let's see what other questions have we got. I wish Lucasfilm released Star Wars Blu-ray that had the original cut, the 1997 special edition, and 2019 special edition on one disc. Yeah, that would be great. And actually, that could actually work because unlike the 2004 and 2011 versions, the color grading could fit together if they did that. Uh, Har- Harmy did more good to Star Wars than Disney will ever do. Well, I don't think so, but thank you. Have you heard of German Despecialized by Laserschwert? Yeah, of course, of course. We worked together on it. I sent him my uncompressed masters, and or sometimes I rendered it for him. Uh, so I'm hoping he will do me the honor of making a German version of the next versions. No Twilight disappointment galore up in here. Yeah, well, you know, I've I actually saw Twilight because back then when it was new, I had this girlfriend who actually liked it, so I had to watch all of it with her. Um, Plus, I don't know, is there anything to do about Twilight? I don't think there's any special edition of that. How would you feel if they remade the original Star Wars? After all, it's been nearly 45 years. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think it's actually better if they remake it and leave the old versions very well alone rather than trying to and if the remake is bad, we can always just ignore it. So I have no problem with that. Um, Disney could take 4K 77 or Despecialized and put them on an official box set. I would buy that one day. Oh no, no, I don't think that would be good enough. Like here, just Jacob DreamWorks, thank you for the super chat again. Will Mike Verta's restoration have the 70mm soundtrack be taken from an actual 70mm print? Probably. Yeah, I believe so. Or rather, actually, I think he said in some stream that he actually has access to the original masters, not a print, the actual original master tapes. So, yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Like Mike Verta's version is well not out there, but it's there. It exists. It's finished, and he offered it to them. So if they ever release, uh, if they ever release the original version, it should definitely be that. Um, oh, Miklos Keller from Facebook. Hi, Miklos. Nice to see you. We've been messaging. He's actually working on some interesting sort of despecialized kind of restorations himself. Uh, are the laser discs in Czech or in English? Neither, actually. Well, one is in English. The 97 Empire is in English. The rest of my Star Wars laser discs are actually French, and then some of the laser discs. Those are the Star Wars laser disc, and then some of the other laser discs in my collection are mostly English, and some are German. Do you think you would ever do prequels despecialized? Well, I mentioned before. Someone asked about the Phantom Menace. I might do that if there's a 35mm source. It should be very easy to do a despecialized Phantom Menace. As far as the other two, um, I don't know. Attack of the Clones, I think, was changed very very little. So again, with a 35mm source for the couple of shots that were changed, it would be very easy. But I'm sure someone else could do it. So and I think Revenge of the Sith wasn't changed at all. So Do you use Make MKV? I have used it before, but I don't use it regularly. Uh, do you think you would have? Sorry, I've already read that one. Is the Czech dub of Star Wars good in your opinion? Well, that's a loaded question because there are actually three different dubbings of Star Wars in Czech. The first one was the very first, like it was made. I'm not sure if it was used in theaters or it was only for like the first VHS release, but the technical quality of it is pretty terrible. Uh, but uh, but I think it has the best acting. Then the second one is on about the level of, in terms of acting, is about the same level as the first one, but it's got a terrible translation. And then the new one is on a that was done for the 2011 Blu-ray, and it's perfect technical quality, uh, and it's got a much better translation, but the acting leaves something to be desired, and casting as well. Like I think the original dubbing has much better casting. So yeah, there's no perfect Czech dub, but they're all okay, I guess. I wish you could still work for Ultraflix. Well, in a way, so do I, because it was a lot more money than I'm making now, and I had more free time, so that was good for Star Wars. But my new job is much more interesting. You know, working on actual visual effects for Hollywood films is much more interesting than just doing most of my work in for Ultraflix was just using Neat Video denoising films so that they would compress better for the 4K streaming. Actually kind of went against my philosophy. I sold out, you could say. Uh, Thoughts on the new 4K 78 scan? Apologize if you already talked about it. I don't know. 4K 78. That's is that like I don't know. I would like a despecialized where you can choose which edits to add. Uh, AVG described this, and I like the idea where you can Frankenstein your own Star Wars experience. Yeah, I think it could be possible on a PC. It's definitely not possible on Blu-ray. Did you see that episode 235 millimeter print on eBay? I sent you a link. What do you think of it? Oh yeah, I saw it. Well, I have no interest in it. Like I said, there was almost no changes the to episode 2 on Blu-ray. Well, on Blu-ray there were some changes, but on DVD there were only like a couple of shots or something. And we do have like a 1080p, very nice 1080p HD TV capture of the DVD version of episode 2. So if I ever watch it, I'd watch that, and I don't think there's much reason to do like a whole 35 millimeter restoration for that. German dub is okay. Yeah, I actually know it very well because the first VHS tapes of the original versions I had were in German, and yeah, that's really well done. Uh, I don't actually speak much German, but I already knew the movies by heart by then, so I didn't really need to actually understand the words. Hi, how's it going? It's going very well. How's it going with you? Uh, Maybe the holiday special is what they are talking about. I'm not sure what you're. Oh, have you listened? Oh, I skipped some. Uh, old old episode one Yoda would be fun. Yeah, yeah, and there is an HD TV version of episode one, which has the original Yoda puppet, so that could be fairly easy to edit. Although the quality of that is a lot lower. I think it's from a projection print. What's your favorite band music style? Um, here are my some of my vinyl records. They're very messy since I moved. I haven't had time to reorganize them. Uh, this whole section is the Beatles. So I have all of their like studio albums and stuff. So I would say Beatles is my favorite band. Sorry, I got a little lost in the comments because they disappeared again. And German is Nuke easier to use than After Effects? Well, it's easier to use when you know how to use it. Like it's definitely much much more I don't user friendly is definitely not the right word. It's much more complex, but you can do a lot more with it. And I got lost again because the what just happened with the colors? I think I just turned on some filter or something. God. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually like this filter. I actually like this filter. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, back to the chat. Again, the messages went all the way down. I'm trying to find where I last finished. See, seen that. I wish all the cuts of Star Wars films were made available. I love various cuts of Blade Runner. Yeah, I agree completely. Harmy's Despecialized beard. Yeah, yeah, I know it's big. I don't know. I like it that way. What do you got? What do you guys think? And it doesn't really matter what you guys think, really, because my girlfriend likes it. But oh, here is Nuke easier to use than After Effects is the last one I answered before. Uh, so yeah, it's not easier to use. It's much more difficult or complex, but it can do a lot more stuff. And when you know how to use it, you can do things much more quickly. Uh, I got Star Wars on Betamax. I don't have any Star Wars on Betamax. I would love to have a couple of copies of Star Wars on Betamax on my collection. That would be cool. Do you like Spider-Man also? I'm not a big fan, but yeah, I like Spider-Man. Uh, I wish there was a Star Wars Blu-ray where you could choose what special edition changes to keep. Oh, I already didn't I already answer this one? Um, Yeah, but I think that would be the best way because people keep asking me like, why don't you keep this change? Why don't you keep that change? My answer is like, there for a million people there would be a million versions. So the only way you can decide what to keep and what not to keep is to not keep anything and just make it the original as much as possible. Uh, what are your favorite books? I would have to say Harry Potter. I have some other books that I like, but I reread Harry Potter every year. And recently, actually, the Song of Ice and Fire, I've reread that 3 times already as well. Uh, 4K78 could be the holiday special. Oh, that would be awesome, but I don't know if there. I have never heard of a project like that. I'm not sure uh, if there's any actual prints because it was made for TV. 4K 70. Someone mentioned Attack of the Clones prints. Wasn't there a cut of the film just for IMAX that's missing scenes. Well, I'm not sure what the cut was, but there was like a different IMAX version. Yeah. What is your favorite Spider-Man movie? I think Homecoming, probably. No, scratch that. Spider-Man 2 for sure. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. I don't like the first one very much actually. I think it's like I liked it as a kid, but rewatching it now, I think it was way too cheesy. Um, Thoughts on AI enhancing? Yeah, it can be really cool, but the problem with it is that it's really like sort of making the detail up, so you have to be really careful with it. But yeah, it's a really cool tool. Have you seen Turkish Star Wars? I've seen bits of it, and it's really funny. Okay, get me some water. Oh no. Vape? Question mark? Vape. Yeah, yeah, I do. I'm not very happy about it actually. It's just an awful addiction. It's bad, but it's way better than smoking regular cigarettes. So I'm happy about that at least. But it's really limiting. Like you have to always think about it, like when you're traveling and stuff, to make sure you uh, have your e-cigarettes with you and stuff. So I would probably be much happier if I didn't vape or smoke or anything. But do you listen to solo Beatles? Who's your favorite solo Beatle? Yeah, I think John Lennon is my favorite. I do have some Paul McCartney records, but I think I really like listening to John Lennon's music. Uh, Another super chat from Jacob DreamWorks. Thank you very much. Uh, has George Lucas trying to imitate his buddy Steven Spielberg while making the 1997 special edition? I think you meant was. No, I don't think so. Spielberg did a special edition of E.T., but that was after George Lucas made a special edition, the special editions of Star Wars. Uh, I'm not sure what this. Does anyone have any use for Dolby DA 20 decoder and optical head for this stuff? I don't have a way to run a reel at the moment. Uh, I'm not a sound guy at all. That's why I'm very happy that Harry Han and all those other guys are doing the sound restorations that I can just slap on my video. So this goes totally beyond me. No idea what you're talking about there. Sorry. Did you see HDRX YouTube link I sent? Star Wars. I don't think so. Where did you send it? But on the topic of HDR, uh, that's something that I haven't really been able to crack yet. So and or appreciate really. I don't see that much of a difference there. So yeah. 4K 78 is the Dolby Digital theatrical release of Star Wars: A New Hope. Okay, Dolby Digital theatrical release of Star Wars: A New Hope. What? You mean like the 1997 version? That I think that had no, that had DTS audio. There was never any Dolby Digital release of Star Wars in theaters. Uh, Only reel I have is a trailer for Iron Man 2, and the 35 millimeter sprockets and rollers are surprisingly expensive. Oh, yeah. I actually have 35 millimeter trailer for Shrek 3, I think it is. I make I make Star Wars toy reviews here on YouTube. That sounds interesting. Old toys, new toys. Do you like certain edits of the original Star Wars that you think improved the experience? If so, would you want to make your own Harmy cut? Uh, no. Like, I mean, there are some changes that are okay, but I don't think there are any that I would put in my personal cut. I loved my Betamax VCR in the 90s. I recorded the Next Generation reboot and all sorts on it. Yeah, well, we had a VCR, like a VHS VCR, in the 90s. That beta was, I don't think that was ever really a thing here. Uh, I wish the sequel trilogy didn't suck. Yeah, don't we all? Well, I don't think it like the whole trilogy sucks, but it's not that great. What version of Star Wars has the best colors? That's a good question. I think the DNR version of 4K 77 has really good colors, but if you mean like fan versions, if you mean official versions, then it's probably the new Blu-ray or the Disney Plus version. Uh, Do you think they should put the unaltered cuts on Disney Plus? Yeah, but I really wish they would put them on disc as well. I mean, if they do put them on Disney Plus, they will be we will be able to find them online to keep them, but burn them on discs. But that would be illegal. So uh, I really hope they would release them on disc as well. If they uh, release the originals. Most of the changes in the special edition I hate. Yeah, so do I. Like there are some that are okay, but I would still not put them in my personal version. Uh, I've never watched the holiday special. Well, it's on YouTube in pretty good quality now, so yeah, you can watch it there. It's really funny, but you have to sort of skip some scenes. Again, 4K 78 is the Dolby Digital theatrical release of Star Wars: A New Hope. Does not make sense. There was no Dolby Digital theatrical release of Star Wars: A New Hope. Peter, do you have? Uh yeah, not even. I don't think even the special editions because those were DTS. Uh, Peter, do you have an opinion on deepfake tech? Do you think you could eventually effectively use to allow Mark Hamill effectively portrayed a younger version of himself as Luke? Yeah, possibly, but I would actually prefer a recasting. Um, what are your thoughts on the Harry Potter movies? Mixed. Like some of them I like, some of them well, I wouldn't say hate, but I think they're pretty terrible. Like so, they're not, most of them are not terrible movies, but some of them are terrible adaptations of the books. Mando made me tear up. I won't lie. It would have made me very nostalgic had it not been for the terrible CGI of Luke. Uh, I doubt deepfakes could at this time. Um, Yeah, well, they could do it better than like deep fakers on YouTube can do it better than what they did in the actual Mandalorian show. Uh, but that was for one scene. Like doing it for a whole movie would be very difficult. But I think doable. Uh, Thank you for making the Despecialized Editions. I became a fan when I saw the 1997 cuts of the films in theaters as a kid, but over the years I've grown to appreciate the original versions. I'm pretty much the same. I mean, I saw the original version of Star Wars first, but Empire and Jedi I saw in the 97 cuts first as well. Eventually, anything's possible, but Mark Hamill would be 80 at the time. The other thing you'd have to worry about is Hollywood even touching it. That's what I'm afraid of. Like I don't think it's a good idea to do this too much. Like uh, de-aging actors this much, or even like bringing actors back from death, like they did with Peter Cushing. I was 15 or 16 when I saw the special editions. It was still quite a thrill, but then I realized just how many times I'd seen the OG trilogy already at that point. My brother is here asking me who's my favorite brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying. I don't have a favorite. I remember. I remember the big thing with episode one was the Dolby X thing, extra center surround channel. Yeah, that's true. I think they did use it for the Blu-ray release, right? What is your Hogwarts house? Well, knowing myself, probably Hufflepuff. Mhm. Sure. The special edition of ET needs to be despecialized. No, it doesn't. The original version is the only one on Blu-ray. So, uh, but the special edition, there, I do have an HD version of it somewhere from an HD TV broadcast. Uh, will you be watching Apple's event on Tuesday? No. I mean, I don't like Apple, so I didn't even know there was an event. I guess not, but have you heard of the Swedish rock reggae band Doug Bug? No, no, I have not. there are there are rumblings that Kennedy's job may be in jeopardy. That wouldn't surprise me after like the reaction that the last couple of Star Wars films got. Uh, Dolby DA20 is what reads the Dolby digital tracks of the prints. I bought one mainly to reverse engineer some of it. Oh, okay, that's really cool. Hey Harmy, do you like the color grading on the 4K UHD discs of Star Wars? Well, I think it's definitely the best official color grading since like the Laserdisc. But or well, the 97 special edition looked okay. Um, but it's sort of bland. And I don't like that they used so many power windows as well, but hmm. But also to eventually, oh, we're continuing with the Dolby DA to eventually see if the DD 5.1 tracks on film are that different to the DVD copy or are often bit perfect copies. Uh, I would guess most would probably be bit perfect copies unless they did like a remix. But that would be definite. That would definitely be interesting to find out. Uh, what What computer do you use to re-edit the trilogy? Well, I have this fairly powerful workstation. I talked about it in like in my stream like 3 weeks ago or something, so you can check that out. It's got like 128 gigs of RAM and two 10-core processors. Uh, I started watching the rest of season 2 of Star Trek Discovery again last night. Just for the pain. Yeah, I watched the first season and then a bit of the second, and I was bored, so I never finished it. Uh, Beta was superior to VHS, by the way. Yeah, but very, very little, and it was more expensive, and it was not. It was superior quality, but only in the alternative to SP, but in that it could only record 1 hour on a tape, so that was basically useless. And then in the at the faster speeds, it was totally comparable to VHS. So that beta being superior to VHS is technically true, but in reality, it's not so much. Nothing would make me happier than Caitlin Kennedy being removed from Lucasfilm permanently. Uh, well, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, keep her, fire her. I don't care. Uh, Thing is, the last season of Mando is basically looking to give Luke a reason for hiding on that island in the last movies. Um, is it? I don't know. Possibly. Uh, the 70 millimeter version probably has best color. There, well, if you mean like the actual 70 millimeter prints, it's hard to like. No, I think the original 35 millimeter prints had the same color as the 70 millimeter prints. And if you mean digital 70 millimeter version, I have no idea if there is one, but I don't think so. Hi, Harmy. Do you collect Star Wars movie prop replicas such as lightsabers or blasters? No, they're way too expensive. Like, I have some toys, but not replicas. Mm. Hey, Troy is here. Go if you don't know who he is, go check out my YouTube channel. He's a good friend, and we we recently did an interview. I posted the first half of it, and I'm going to post the second half pretty soon. Betamax was only technically superior to VHS on the original 1 hour long tapes. That's exactly what I was just saying. Uh, do you have a laser saber at home? Well, I have like a toy one, but not like a proper light up one. What part of the updated versions of the original trilogy do you enjoy or like? Well, I talked about this. None really. Like I think like the extension of Cloud City is okay, but I still prefer the original version anyway. Um, yeah, you should have a few beers before watching the Star Wars Holiday Special. That is true. Or get high. Hey Peter, I just want to thank you for making these beautiful works of art. Well, thank you very much. Uh, Watching your editions of the movies really captured that old school feel. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Um, I think they meant Dolby Vision for A New Hope. Oh, okay. Is there are they making a Dolby Vision version? I had no idea. This may be a long stream. The comments are quite far back. Are they? Holy hell, yeah. Okay, so I'm I'm gonna go. I'm gonna skim through because I've already been going for almost an hour. Holy crap. Okay, so last 5 minutes and then I'm going. I hope you're enjoying this, even though I'm not showing any work this time. Uh, what just happened? I think I just zoomed it in. What's going on with that? Yeah, better. Okay. thing, Dolby Vision, Lucasfilm. Lucas wanted to smash every copy of the holiday special with a hammer. Yeah, and I that one I can totally understand why. Although I'm glad he didn't, and we get to see it because it's all kinds of amazing. Uh, True, the CG on Luke was pretty bad. Yeah. And yeah, people on YouTube can do better. I agree. I like CGI Jabba. I hate that. That's stupid. Ian McDiarmid in Empire. Horrible change. Horrible change. It's so badly done, and the dialogue is terrible. The way they changed it. Uh, you'd think it would be such a huge moment. They spend as much time on CG and animation. Yeah, I would. I agree. Jacob DreamWorks again. Thank you very much. I do wish the IMAX version of The Force Awakens gets a 4K remaster. Hmm. Yeah, that could be pretty cool because of the IMAX film having so much detail. Uh, but it is on Blu-ray, so do you think Disney will officially release the original cuts? Um, I don't know. I think eventually, but they might be waiting for George Lucas to no longer be with us. Uh, okay, let's go faster. Do you like Power Rangers? Well, I liked Power Rangers as a kid, but I the last time that was about the last time I watched any Power Rangers stuff. Mhm. Do you think Hollywood wants to resurrect James Dean using ILM's tech? Uh, which is which is what you were mentioning. I don't think that's a good idea. I agree. I don't. Yeah, they. Uh, I mean, and for theoretically, for like a cameo, if it's like a sequel to some old movie, then yeah, I can get behind that. But like actually putting a dead actor in a main role in a movie, I think is just terrible. I didn't like it when they removed the rifles from the police near the end of ET and replaced them with walkie-talkies. It was a very Disney-like thing to do. Yeah, I agree. But again, like I said, for uh, Steven Spielberg has seen the light and only released the original version on Blu-ray. Thank you for answering my HDR question last time. Uh, I don't know. Did I? uh, Thank you for thanking me. By despecializing the special edition of ET, I meant it's a different way. That it in that culturally it should not be regarded as special. Uh, I don't know. I still don't understand that. I think what just happened again? God damn it! Okay. The aging on that movie wasn't too bad. Mhm. Oh, X-Men 3 de aging. That was pretty bad. Like I know it's at the time, but even at the time, people were like, "Whoa, what's that?" So that was pretty bad. Uh, what is your favorite MCU film? Probably Infinity War. Oh no! Scratch that. The first Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the idea of them restoring the compositing on Star Wars scene, like preventing the background showing through the matte on hot and etc. Well, they never did that. Like all the backgrounds are still showing through the mats on hot, and I still don't like that because uh, I'm utterly amazed at optical compositing and how they were able to pull off those complex shots with that. So I think that's a big testament to the amazing work they did, the compositing, not just the models and camera work. Um, yeah, lots of comments. Okay, guys, we've just crossed the 1 hour mark, so I guess I'm not gonna have time to answer any more of your questions. Sorry about that. Um, so I hope you enjoyed this, and next the next stream I hope will again I will be able to show you some work on Despecialized. But if I'm not home or something, I can. It's good to know that I can always do this sort of thing. Um, okay. Have a good night. Bye, guys. May the Schwartz be with you.